What if I told you that your most meaningful chapter can begin after the age of 60? That the years society calls decline can actually become the most awakened, peaceful, and powerful stage of your life? In Buddhist teachings, aging is not a loss, it is a doorway, a moment when the noise of the world softens just enough for you to hear your true self again. Maybe you've felt invisible lately. Maybe your family sees you as someone who has already lived their life. But inside, you know there is still a spark, a longing, a quiet wisdom that has not been fully expressed. Aging doesn't take that from you, it reveals it. So today, I want to share 6 Buddhist lessons that can help you reinvent yourself in old age. These lessons are gentle yet transformative, rooted in compassion, clarity, and deep self-awareness. As you listen, allow these words to settle softly into your mind, reminding you that it is never too late to begin again. Lesson 1. Release the old identity. In Buddhism, the self is not a fixed thing. It's not a statue carved in stone. It is fluid, shifting, alive, just like flowing water. But as we age, the world tries to freeze us into roles we played decades ago. Parent, worker, caregiver, achiever. You may hear people say, "At your age, just relax," or "You've already done enough." But your inner world knows better. You know that the mind does not retire. The first step to reinventing yourself is releasing the old identity that no longer serves you. Not rejecting your past, but loosening your grip on it. Ask yourself gently, who am I when I am not defined by my age? Who am I when I am not defined by my achievements? Who am I when I am not defined by my memories? In Buddhist thought, clinging creates suffering, and many elders unknowingly cling to outdated versions of themselves, believing that their best moments are behind them. But that belief is only a thought you can let go. Just as a snake sheds its skin, you too can shed identities that have kept you small or stuck. Notice when you speak about yourself with limiting language. "I'm too old, I can't learn that." That's for younger people. These statements are habits of thought, not truths. Instead, take a breath and say to yourself, "I am becoming, not declining. I am open, not finished. I am still unfolding." Reinvention begins with spaciousness, creating room inside yourself for new possibilities, new roles, new joys. You are not the person you were at 20 or 40, and you don't have to be. You are a living, breathing expression of change. And this stage of life is inviting you to redefine yourself with softness and freedom. Lesson 2. Use impermanence as a source of freedom, not fear. One of the most profound Buddhist teachings is anicca, the truth of impermanence. Everything changes. Everything transforms. And yet, most suffering comes from fighting this simple law of nature. In youth, impermanence feels abstract. In older age, it becomes visible through the body, through time, through the loss of roles or people we once leaned on. But what Buddhism teaches is that impermanence is not something to fear. It is the very thing that makes reinvention possible. If everything changes, then so can you. Impermanence means you are not trapped in the habits, mistakes, or limitations of your past. It means you can let go of resentment you've held for years. It means you can soften your heart even toward people who disappointed you. It means new joy can enter your life even if grief has lived there too. Think of impermanence like the turning of the seasons. A tree doesn't mourn the falling leaves, it trusts the cycle. You too have cycles, moments of growth, rest, renewal, and discovery. Your older years are not winter, they are a second spring, a return to the self beneath the busyness of life. Impermanence also teaches you to savor more deeply. When you drink tea, you taste it slowly. When you sit in the morning sun, you feel its warmth with more gratitude than ever before. When you speak to someone you love, you listen with your whole being. Awareness sharpens. Appreciation deepens. And here is the hidden gift. Impermanence makes wisdom possible. Only a changing life produces understanding. Only loss teaches you what truly matters. Only aging reveals that peace does not come from youth, but from clarity. Instead of resisting impermanence, let it guide you. Let it lighten you. Allow it to whisper, "You are free to begin again." Lesson 3. Cultivate the beginner's mind. It's never too late to learn. One of the most liberating ideas in Buddhism is Shoshin, the beginner's mind. It means approaching life with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to learn no matter your age. Many elders feel pressured to stay within the familiar. You may hear people say, "Why bother learning something new now?" Or, "At this age, it's too late." But that voice is not your wisdom, it is your conditioning. To reinvent yourself in your later years, you must gently challenge these beliefs. The mind remains flexible much longer than society would have you think. Neuroscience now confirms what Buddhist monks have known for centuries. A curious mind stays young. When you embrace the beginner's mind, you release the heavy weight of, "I already know." You allow yourself the joy of discovery, the spark of new understanding, the renewal that comes from fresh experiences. You can learn a new language, explore meditation, try gardening, study philosophy, write poetry, or join a community class. What matters is not mastery, it's engagement. It's the energy that rises inside you when you let curiosity lead. If you feel hesitation, that's normal. Beginning again can feel vulnerable, but vulnerability is often a sign that something new is awakening. Instead of resisting it, breathe into it. Let yourself be a student again. Let yourself be surprised. Start with small steps. Ask simple questions like, what have I always wanted to try but postponed? What sparks a quiet excitement in me? What feels fresh, even if it scares me a little? Often, elders discover that their deepest growth happens precisely when they soften into the unknown. The beginner's mind teaches that it is not your age that limits you. It is the belief that learning is behind you. But your mind was never designed to shut down at a certain number. It was designed to evolve. In Buddhist monasteries, even the oldest monks sweep floors, study ancient texts, and practice new chants. They bow not because they must, but because they understand. Every moment is new, unrepeatable, and filled with possibility. Reinvention in old age doesn't require radical change. It starts with a shift in attitude, a gentle turning of the heart toward openness. When you adopt the beginner's mind, your world expands, your days gain texture, you feel more alive, more present, more connected to the spark within you. Remember, the greatest gift of aging is that you finally have the time, the perspective, and the freedom to explore life on your own terms. Let curiosity lead you there. Let the beginner's mind remind you that your story is still unfolding. Lesson 4. Practice compassion toward yourself, healing the wounds you've carried. By the time you reach your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you have lived through decades of joy, loss, mistakes, victories, disappointments, and silent burdens no one else may understand. The Buddha taught that suffering is inevitable, but unnecessary suffering is often self-inflicted through harsh self-judgment. To reinvent yourself in old age, you must release the inner critic that has lived with you far too long. You may have forgiven others, but have you forgiven yourself? You may show compassion to family and friends, but do you speak gently to your own heart? Self-compassion in Buddhism is not indulgence. It is wisdom, the understanding that you cannot grow while punishing yourself for the past. Think of how you speak to a child who is struggling. You soften your voice, you offer comfort, you guide without shaming. Now imagine speaking to yourself with that same tenderness. You deserve it just as much. Reflect on the burdens you've carried. Regrets about choices you made when you didn't know better. Guilt for moments you wish you could redo. Sadness for opportunities you didn't seize. Pain from relationships that fractured. Loneliness from seasons where you felt unseen. These are not signs of failure. They are signs of humanity. Aging offers a rare opportunity, the chance to lay these burdens down. The Buddha often used the metaphor of a traveler carrying a heavy bag. You can set it down at any moment. Nothing requires you to keep holding it. Self-compassion means acknowledging the truth. You have always done the best you could with the knowledge, strength, and circumstances you had at the time. With more wisdom, yes, you might have acted differently, but that wisdom only exists because of the past you lived. Instead of judging the younger version of you, thank them. They carried you through challenges you once thought impossible. They kept you alive, moving forward, learning. Speak softly to yourself. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I release the weight I no longer need. I honor my journey with tenderness. When you practice self-compassion, something beautiful happens. The heart opens. The body relaxes. The mind becomes clear. Reinvention becomes possible because the inner resistance dissolves. You cannot build a peaceful future on a foundation of self-blame, but you can build it on compassion. You can build it on understanding. You can build it on the quiet, unwavering truth that you deserve peace just as much as anyone else. Self-compassion is not the end of your reinvention. It is the beginning. Once you soften toward yourself, your entire world becomes softer too. Lesson 5. Simplify your life to discover inner peace. There comes a time in life when you realize that peace doesn't come from adding more. It comes from releasing what no longer nourishes your spirit. In Buddhism, simplicity is not about having less. It is about removing what distracts you from what truly matters. By the time you reach your 60s, 70s or beyond, you may feel overwhelmed not by life itself, but by the weight of accumulated responsibilities, expectations, and old emotional clutter. Simplifying your life is not about downsizing your home or giving away belongings, though those things can be part of the process. It is about clearing the inner space where worry, pressure, and old habits have taken root. Think of your mind as a quiet temple. Over the years, it may have filled with unnecessary noise, old grudges, repeating thoughts, outdated beliefs, and obligations that no longer feel meaningful. As you simplify, you gently sweep the temple floor. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that drains me? What commitments no longer align with who I am now? What relationships feel heavy instead of nourishing? What thoughts repeat but no longer serve my growth? Aging gives you a remarkable gift, the permission to choose peace over pressure. You no longer need to live for the expectations of others. You no longer need to prove yourself. You no longer need to say yes out of duty. You can choose to protect your energy as carefully as a monk tends to a candle flame. Simplifying begins with awareness. Notice the tension in your body when you think about certain obligations. Notice the emotional weight when you replay old regrets. Notice how your mood shifts when you interact with certain people. This awareness is your guide. It shows you what to keep and what to release. In Buddhist practice, monks often say that a cluttered mind cannot perceive truth clearly. The same is true for you. When you simplify, clarity returns. You begin to hear your deeper needs: rest, quiet, loving connection, meaningful activities, gentle purpose. You discover that peace is not somewhere outside you. It's been waiting beneath the noise. Simplifying your life also means slowing down. Many elders rush out of habit, moving at a pace that belonged to a different chapter of life. But slowness is not weakness. It is wisdom. When you walk slowly, you notice the world. When you eat slowly, you taste your food. When you speak slowly, your words carry truth. When you breathe slowly, your heart finds rest. Let yourself slow down without guilt. This is not stagnation, it is presence. Another part of simplification is emotional. You may have carried old wounds for decades, family conflicts, disappointments, misunderstandings. You don't need to forget the past to release it. You simply need to stop feeding it. Each time you replay a painful memory, you keep it alive. But when you choose peace, you let the memory fade like a candle burning to its end. You honor what happened without letting it define your future. Simplifying also means reconnecting with what brings you joy. You have earned the right to prioritize what lights your spirit: reading, meditation, gardening, prayer, nature walks, creative hobbies, meaningful friendships. These are not small things. They are the ingredients of a peaceful life. When you simplify, you make room for renewal. You open space for new insights, new connections, new joys that may surprise you. Peace is not a distant dream. It is the quiet, steady path you create by letting go of what weighs you down. Lesson 6. Walk the path of purpose. It's never too late to make meaning. One of the deepest fears people face in older age is the fear of becoming irrelevant. After retirement, after children grow, after life slows down, you may find yourself wondering, what is my purpose now? But Buddhism teaches that purpose is not something you finish like a job. It is not tied to productivity, ambition, or youth. Purpose is something you carry like a lantern throughout every season of life. Your purpose in old age is different, but not smaller. In truth, it may be more profound. The Buddha taught that a meaningful life consists of 3 things: presence, compassion, and wisdom. And these qualities become stronger, not weaker, as you age. Your presence carries weight. When you walk into a room with a calm heart, others feel it. When you speak with gentleness, your words soothe. When you share your experiences, others learn. Younger people may rush, but you can move with intention. Your energy becomes a teaching. Purpose in old age is not about doing more, it's about being more. Being more aware, more loving, more grounded, more authentic. Start by asking yourself, what values matter most to me now? What wisdom have I gained that I can share? Who in my life feels uplifted by my presence? What simple acts make my heart feel open and alive? Often, purpose reveals itself in small gestures, listening without judgment, offering advice when asked, guiding younger family members, volunteering, joining a spiritual community, or simply being a steady, peaceful presence for those around you. You don't need to write a book, start a project, or accomplish something grand unless you want to. Your purpose can be as quiet as kindness, as steady as patience, as warm as a gentle smile. These small moments ripple outward more than you know. The Buddhist concept of right livelihood also teaches that meaningful action is anything that reduces suffering for yourself or others. This means your purpose may simply be to live peacefully, to cultivate joy, to model resilience. Your life becomes an example. Another part of purpose is reconnecting with long-forgotten passions. Is there something you loved as a child or earlier in life that you abandoned because responsibilities took over? Art, music, nature, teaching, storytelling, spiritual study. Now is the moment to return to it with maturity and freedom. Your older years give you something youth rarely does: time. Time to explore, to reflect, to create. Time to contribute, not through speed, but through depth. And perhaps the most important purpose of all is inner transformation. Buddhism teaches that the ultimate goal is awakening, seeing life with clarity, compassion, and stillness. Aging naturally brings you closer to this. You have already experienced impermanence. You have already learned what cannot be controlled. You have already released many illusions. These are the foundations of wisdom. Your purpose now may be to deepen this wisdom, to turn inward, to understand your heart, to cultivate peace that radiates outward. Do not underestimate the power of an elder who has found inner purpose. In many cultures, elders were considered spiritual anchors, the ones who held the community together with their presence, insight, and steadiness. That role is still available to you. Purpose does not retire, it evolves. And your purpose at this age, whatever form it takes, is needed now more than ever. You are not entering the end of your life. You are entering a new chapter, one shaped not by expectations, but by freedom. Buddhist teachings remind us that awakening often happens later in life, when the noise quiets and the heart finally speaks clearly. You are not finished. You are unfolding, and every moment ahead of you can be meaningful, peaceful, and deeply alive. Thank you for listening. If this message resonated with your heart, allow these lessons to settle gently into your days. Your reinvention begins now.